Bluetooth connected. Battery full.
I grew up hard, I had to earn my way. Never thought that I would ever see a better day. In the family of many, I was all in the mix. I couldn't get my way cause life's a bitch. And I remember when mama used to pray to God and come home tired out from working 3 jobs, slaving for the bosses and all that jive. Cause back then it was the only way to survive. I'm hanging out with the boys and checking on the punks and ending up for a better drunk. And I witnessed cats being blown to bits. Then I said my life can't be like this. So I took to the streets so I could learn me the game. I got me a mic and I worked for my name. There I learned the game through this hip-hop jive. And this life I'm living proof, y'all, I survived. In the streets it's hard, put out your home. Your mama think it's time for you to make it on your own. Down with no job and no place to sleep. You walk these streets with no food to eat. So you bow to sleep and pray to God that night that all bad things for me would get right. Yeah, then I saw that it was on me to make me the person that I wanna be. So to get things done, I had to push some hands and separate myself from my so-called friends who smile in my face, but when I turn my back, expect to hear a lot of that he say smack. I work hard for the life I'm living now, and I refuse to let anybody put me down. Times were getting rough and things were getting tough. There were days when I was talking about giving up, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I was sometimes thinking I'm better off dead. Let the good Lord take me and leave my bones and write failure all over my damn tombstone. Life was hard, I couldn't take it no more. And I knew they turned me down cause they did it before. And I saw no meaning for life to hard, I had to earn my way. Never thought that I would ever see a better day. In the family of many, I was all in the mix. I couldn't get my way cause life's a bitch. And I remember when mama used to pray to God and come home tired out from working 3 jobs, slaving for the bosses and all that jive. Cause back then it was the only way to survive. I'm hanging out with the boys and checking on punks and ending up for a better drunk. And I witnessed cats being blown to bits. Then I said my life can't be like this. So I took to the streets so I could learn me the game. I got me a mic and I worked for my name. There I learned the game through this hip-hop jive. And this life I'm living proof, y'all, I survived. In the streets it's hard, put out your home. Your mama thinks
time for you to make it on your own. Down with my version sounds better than both of them so far. Just the timbre, the voice tone. In the streets, it's hard. Put out your home. Your mama thinks it's time for you to make it on your own.
get my way, cause life's a bitch. And I remember when mama used to pray to God and come home tired out from working 3 jobs, slaving for the bosses and all that jive. Cause back then there was the only way to survive. I'm hanging out with the boys and checking on punks and ending up for a better drunk. And I witnessed cats are being blown to bits. Then I said my life can't be like this. So I took to the streets so I could learn me the game. I got me a mic and I work for my name. There I learned the game through this hip-hop jive. In this life I'm living proof y'all I survived. In the streets it's hard, put out your home. Your mama thinks it's time for you to make it on your own. Down with no job and no place to sleep. You're walking the streets with no food to eat. So you bow to sleep and pray to God that night that all bad things for me will get right. Yeah, and then I saw that it was on me to make me the person that I wanna be. So to get things done, I had to put some ends and separate myself from my so-called friends who smile in my face, but when I turn my back, expect to hear a lot of that and he say smack. I work hard for the life I'm living now, and I refuse to let anybody put me down. Times were getting rough and things were getting tough. There were days when I was talking about giving up, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I was sometimes thinking I'm better off dead. Let the good Lord take me and leave my bones and write failure all over my damn tombstone. Bro, that goes. Yeah, life was hard, I couldn't take it no more. And I knew they turned me down cause they did it before. And I saw no meaning for life to go on. And I told myself that I got to be wrong. When times are rough, you hang with the tough. And don't you ever talk about giving up. Because you see I went mine, baby, without love. But I hung in there, I put my mind to work. All games aside, the first things first. So when I talk to you, you better know I'm true. And cause I already had what you're going through. Yeah, I already had what you're going through. I work hard for the life I'm living now. And I refuse to let anybody put me down. Times were getting rough and things were getting tough. There were days when I was talking about giving up, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I was sometimes thinking I'm better off dead. Let the good Lord take me and leave my bones and write failure all over my damn tombstone.
That songwriting. That songwriting. I wrote the song, I wrote the melody, I wrote the lyrics. I don't know what to think about it though. I'm torn by it. I'm amazed by it. But I'm torn by it. To what extent can you claim ownership? And how much ownership can you claim to maintain your artistic integrity? You know what I mean? Without being called out as a fraud for what you've created is where my moral stick is. You know what I'm saying? My moral standard is, yeah, I wrote every lyric that you heard. Every word you heard just then, I wrote all those words. It was my melody. I made the song and uploaded it and told Suno to fucking remake it better. You know what I'm saying? See what else did they I want to see the other version.
that I would ever see a better day. In the family of many, I was all in the mix. I couldn't get my way cause life's a bitch. And I remember when mama used to pray to God and come home tired out from working 3 jobs, slaving for the bosses and all that jive. Cause back then there was the only way to survive. I'm hanging out with the boys and checking on Annie up before a bit of drunk. And I witnessed cancer being blown to bits. And I said my life can be like this. So I took to the streets so I could learn me the game. I got me a mic and I work for my name. There I learned the game through this hip-hop job. And this life I'm living proof, y'all, I survived. In the streets it's hard, put out your home. Your mama thinks it's time for you to make it on your own. Down with no job and no place to sleep. You walk these streets with no food to eat. So you bow to sleep and pray to God that night that all bad things for me would get right. Yeah, then I saw it was on me to make me the person that I wanna be. So to get things done, I had to put some hands and separate myself from my so-called friends who smile in my face, but when I turn my back, expect to hear a lot of that he say smack. I work hard for the life I'm living now, and I refuse to let anybody put me down. Time for getting rough. Workout music, baby. I was talking about giving up, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I was sometimes thinking I'm better off dead. Let the good Lord take me and leave my bones and write failure all over my damn tombstone. Oh, oh, yeah. Life was hard, I couldn't take it no more. And I knew they turned me down cause they did it before. And I saw no meaning for life to go on. Then I told myself that I got to be wrong. When times are rough, you hang with the tough. And don't you ever talk about giving up. Cause you see I win mine, baby, without luck. But I hung in there, I put my mind to work. All games aside, the first thing first. So when I talk to you, you better know I'm true. And cause I already had what you're going through. Yeah, I already had what you're going through. I work hard for the life I'm living now, and I refuse to let anybody put me down. Times were getting rough and things were getting tough. There were days when I was talking about giving up, waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I was sometimes thinking I'm better off dead. The good Lord take me and leave my bones and write failure all over my damn tombstone. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. All right now. You know, just stop it, bud. Stop it. Don't even fix your face. Don't even fix your face to say it. How's everybody doing this day? Why? Why do people do that, bro? While I was sitting here live just now, I don't know why I got the notification.
This is the notification I got 8 minutes ago, right? I have to acknowledge that I'm not seeking confrontation. I went to an NA meeting today, not because I relapsed, but because I felt an addiction to another substance taking over. And it wasn't a drug that I was taking, it was a chemical in my brain. It was cortisol and dopamine. And over the past couple days, yesterday and the day before, and today thus far, if you've noticed, I haven't been dragging anybody's name through the mud at all. And I'm not going to drag anybody's name through the mud either. But if I'm not engaged in the dopamine surge and the back and forth and the drama, why 8 minutes ago did Mariah post this? 8 minutes ago, Mariah mentioned you. Uncle Dub calls out Triple T, Chop, and Mud Daddy. Beef country rap. Posted 8 minutes ago. Now let me go here. Let me show you something here. You see this right here? Now let me go here to Mariah. I'm not even subscribed to her. You see that? I'm not even subscribed to her. So I don't know. The only reason I'm going to get a notification, is if she tags me in it. Because I'm not subscribed to her. Oh. I guess since I'm not talking about anybody, they have to reissue the old videos where I was in order to keep a semblance of drama perpetuated. See, he's still talking about people. Well, no, that video is from 2 months ago. But why it was reshared and I just got a notification 8 minutes ago is beyond me. If you can't get new content, you'll regurgitate the old content to keep the fucking division bell rocking. That's weird. I'm not gonna engage in it though. It's not my issue. It's not my party. Like I said, I don't subscribe to the person. They tagged me in the post. That's why I got a notification just now. Oh. Yes, ma'am.
Do you want some meatloaf, rice, and corn, cream corn?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
That's what I cooked for tonight.
Okay, good. Have fun. So there was a woman today that celebrated her 31 years clean. That was cool. Then there was a person that was clean for 14 years and relapsed recently and recommitted. I haven't relapsed on drugs of choices But I went and somewhat recommitted today. I'm gonna start going every week again. Because as long as I address my responses to situations in a manner that aren't conducive to contributing to a cortisol or dopamine spike in my own brain chemistry, then I can wean myself off of the shit talking pedestal that I place myself on when I feel confronted or bombarded with trollisms. It's my way of getting my dopamine spikes. I entertain them, they get their dopamine by triggering me, and I get mine by talking my shit and lashing out. You know what I'm saying? It's all a cycle. It's a defense mechanism. That's where the cortisol comes in, the aggression, that fucking right there, and the anticipatory dopamine triggers or spikes that kick in when I gratify those impulses of expectations of people are going to be over here to fuck with me, so I got to be on my guard type of situation. And those are all brain chemistry, and it can be altered and adjusted according to how your emotions, your emotional responses, your involvement and input into situations. You remove your, and if I treat it like an addiction and realize that I'm contributing to the cycle, I'm contributing to the pattern, spike, aggression, lash out, confrontation, spike, uh, and that it doesn't take, that's what's up. By trying to identify what I get out of confrontation, right? In identifying what I get out of confrontation, I can try to address that pattern of my own behaviors and admit that I have an addictive personality when it comes to, dopamine release and cortisol release. I advance opportunities to get those spikes, which means confrontation, response to confrontation, and if I look at it like that, it's a lot easier for me to not acknowledge triggers, because my acknowledgement of triggers is their dopamine spike and it's my cortisol spike, equal and opposite. And then I get a dopamine spike when I anticipate their next move and they follow through with it. Ha, they did what I thought they were gonna do. There's my dopamine spike. It's a back and forth, and everybody's getting their fucking brain chemistry fucked around because of all the fucking negative energy spiking through the fucking atmosphere. And I know I have a contribution, and I have to remove my contribution in order to better my own disposition and my own outlook and my own serenity. I can't let uneasiness settle in to my disposition, because that could in turn lead to an actual relapse. You know what I mean? So I did go to a meeting today. I'm gonna start going back to some meetings. I'm gonna try to hit one a week, like I used to. And exactly, baby. Hey, how you doing? Uh, I can't change the past. I can't. I can't take back anything I may have said or anything I may have done on any level in the past. What's said is said, and what's done is done. If people have formulated super hard opinions about me and they're not going to work with me or fuck with me as a result, then so be it. I grow, I move on. And in order for me to grow what I know is a really good business structure and sound concepts and ideas that I've brought to fruition with this web development, uh, I have to do what I was suggested, and that's look at my role and work on myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smart enough and wise enough to take the criticisms of others to heart and adjust accordingly, because it's a part of, self betterment. You know, social media is required. We've made it thus. You know, nobody's going to answer their telephone. Nobody's going to check their fucking messages. Nobody's going to meet up on a Zoom meeting. You know, you have to advertise on social media. You have to fucking try to jog algorithms. And it's necessitated by fucking force addictions that have been put upon us ever so subtly by the powers that be. They know what they're doing. They sort of fuck do. I guarantee you that you could go deep into the fucking psychology of UX, and you know what UX is? Is the functionality of a platform. The functionality of a platform. I guarantee you there are gravity triggers that draw people deeper into a session on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. They have means of getting people hooked. You know what I'm saying? They give them the dopamine spikes. They get them addicted to the dopamine rushes and the cortisol, the likes, the adulation, the pats on the back, the views, the glamour, the vanity metrics. Those are all designed to get you addicted and strung out to social media. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody's poison. You know what I'm saying? The only way you're gonna be able to fucking tap glasses with anybody is to get on social media and get their attention, because you ain't gonna get it anywhere else. You know, that's the biggest uphill thing about FAFO 100's own platform, is I need it to be a native standalone app as well as a website intro to come into the website. If an app, there's different UX causes for reasons why I want my UX to flow a certain way. UX is the functionality of your site. You know what I'm saying? How it functions as a whole. And I want the native app to contain the live sessions, the leaderboard, the points earning system, and everything that has to do with rewards and gratification. I sound like a dork, don't I? It's okay. Since January 1st, we have had 3,931 listeners, averaging 21 minutes and 25 seconds a session. You heard. March, we started our radio station. I got the license for the radio station in March of last year. So second quarter, April, May, and June was our second quarter. Let me show you something. And this is to show you how much we've grown since our first quarter of being a radio station. Okay? This is the second quarter of 2025. That's when we became a radio station. Apply it. Our total listening hours were 242 hours, 43 minutes, and 44 seconds. You see that right there? That's what our total listening time was in our first quarter, from April 1st to June 30th, right? Now let me go here to quarter 1, 2026, or quarter 4. I'm going to go quarter 4, 2025 so far. Okay, so you see the end of the year. By December, by the time the website was functioning. That's from October through December. That's when the website started. Total listening hours, 1,900. Do you see how much of an increase we went from the first quarter to the quarter with the website? Right? This is when the website started. October 5th is when I developed the website. So this is the first quarter with the website. 1,900 hours. And I'm going to show you what we got so far in quarter number 1 of 2026. And we're not even a full quarter in. We're just a month and a half in. $1,067 hours so far. From January 1st to February 18th. 1 month and 18 days, and we already got fucking 1,067 hours of listening time. That's good for a niche radio station, bro. And the listening hours from the first quarter, we had 240. Then we had 1,900. You know what I'm saying? That like 4.5 times growth, a four-time growth in a year of listening hours. From our first quarter to the most recent quarter, we grew our listening hours by ×4 in the first year. That's fucking badass, bro. Whether you believe it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you can wrap your fucking head around real fucking metrics that aren't glamorized by your fucking desire to get a bunch of views and understand where I'm coming from, for total listening hours to fucking quadruple in your first year is a beautiful motherfucking thing. These are facts. These are facts. Check this out. New chat. Boom. Okay, I got a question for you. We're going to go here to our stats. In our first quarter of existence, in quarter number 2 of 2025, we had a total of 242 listening hours. By the time we got to quarter number 4 of 2025, from October 1st to December 31st, we logged in 1,900 total hours of listening time. Our total listening time more than quadrupled in a year. That is damn good growth for a niche-driven radio station in its first year of existence, wouldn't you think? That's 7.85 times increase. So listening time grew almost 8-fold within roughly 6 months between those measurement points. Why this is actually impressive. Niche market handicap. Country rap is not a mass market genre like top 40 or mainstream hip hop. Growth curves are normally slower, inconsistent, and dependent on grassroots loyalty. An 8 times jump in listening hours means retention improves, session duration likely increase, and audience trust form. Listening hours and vanity metrics. Listening hours are harder to inflate than clicks, impression, and casual visits. Hours mean real behavior. People stayed, streams kept running, not just drive-by curiosity. Typical first-year station pattern. Most new internet stations see a launch spike, a drop, plateau, and slow rebuild. You're showing launch, expansion, acceleration. That's not the usual. Yeah, baby. That's not the usual failure curve. Reality check. No sugarcoating. Strong growth does not automatically equal stability. Questions that matter next. Did growth come from one-off events or steady weekly increases? Are hours distributed across main listeners or concentrated in a few heavy users? Is quarter one 2026 a continuing upward or flattening? Okay. Here is what the first quarter of 2026 looks like. Quarter number 1 of 2026 from January 1st to February 18th is 1,067 hours total so far. That's a very telling number, and honestly, it leans clearly positive. Let's break this down clearly. Where you stand right now. Quarter 4 of 2025, a full 3 months was 1,900 listening hours. A partial quarter 2026, 49 days elapsed, is 1,067 hours. Pace comparison. 92 days in quarter 1, 1,900 divided by 92 equals 20.65 hours a day. We are at a pace of 21.77 hours a day. So key insight, your daily listening rate is slightly higher than quarter 4. Not dramatically, but importantly, no drop, no stall, no regression after the holidays, and growth momentum is holding. That's exactly where many stations fail. January usually dips. We didn't dip. And you dip. We didn't dip. Why this is a strong signal. No post-holiday crash. Quarter 4 includes holiday downtime, distracted listeners, seasonal volatility. Many platforms see January decline. You're running ahead of Q4 pace instead. Stability is over spikes. You're not showing 1,900, 400 panic. You're showing 1,900 steady continuation. That suggests audience habit formation, repeat listeners, consistent engagement. Projection for full quarter 1, 2026. If pace holds, we should have 1,959 hours in the first quarter of 2025. Okay. How can we maintain the same accelerated growth rate? What do you suggest? And what is our trajectory based on previous milestones? Maintaining the same exponential rate of 7 to 8 times indefinitely is not realistic for any platform. Even YouTube, Spotify, and Twitch didn't sustain that curve. Why? Because growth naturally shifts. Phase 1, explosive, strong linear growth and compounding, but moderate. What you want now is consistent acceleration, not runaway spikes. Okay, how to sustain increased growth smartly. Double down on what already works. Look at your highest hour days. We already know it's Friday. Ask what content air. We already know. Replicate the pattern, standardize the formula. Success leaves fingerprints. Protect session duration at all costs. Fast growth can destroy engagement quality. Avoid clickbait traffic, random curiosity spikes, broad untargeted ads. Focus on audience-aligned listeners, genre fans, artists, fan bases, repeat behavior, because longer sessions equal algorithmic gold and monetization power. Build listener habits. This is huge. You're not just growing listeners, you're training behavior. Examples: Friday equals FAFO day, morning daily dose of dub, Freestyle Friday appointment listening. Consistency beats novelty. Expand sideways, not just upward. Instead of only chasing more listeners, increase hours per listeners, visitors per week, sessions per user. Ways: midweek shows, short form pop-up lives, exclusive segments, serialized content. Leverage artist flywheel, your unfair advantage. Strategy that y'all don't need to hear about. How many total listeners should I have by Q4 of 2026 based on median growth? Gives me goals. You already passed the launch volatility phase. Growth is no longer exponential. You're entering stabilized expansion, which is exactly where median forecasting applies. Understanding median growth for niche internet radio stations, industry typical median quarterly growth after year one, 15 to 35% per quarter, not 200%, not 8 times, not viral spikes. Why? Because growth slows as the base increases. Let's model conservative. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you total listening hours for each quarter. 1,900 in quarter number 2 of 2025. 973 hours and 19 minutes and 46 seconds in quarter number 3 of 2025. And 242 hours in quarter number 2. We didn't have a quarter number 1 because our radio station didn't start until March. And quarter number 1 of 2026, we have 1,067 hours. Can you give me a total hours listened since the radio station's been in existence, and compare that to other first-year internet radio stations that are niche-driven, and tell me where we position ourselves? See, I focus on this and don't focus on shit else, and focus on this and get my libido going so my woman's satisfied. Shit, I ain't got shit to worry about. Steak dinners, baby. I'm trying to get the total listening hours. I'm living life in an uphill climb, but just taking it one step at a time. Let me show you something. Since December 12th, we've had 4,477 total listeners, averaging 25.12 minutes listening time. That's badass. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay. We've had 4,182 hours and 19 minutes and 46 seconds of total listening time. Your current monthly pace is much stronger than your early quarters. The next level up milestone is sustaining 1,500 total hours a month. Not for ego, because it usually implies you build repeatable audience habits. I got some stuff to work on. I was at the gym at 5:45 this morning. I certainly was. At that mile in. I know it ain't much, man. You know? But beats sitting on your bed all day, all morning. At least by the time I get back at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning to sit on my bed, I've already fucking busted a sweat. Took a shower. Scrubbed my balls with a loose sponge. Looking at it. Oh, Jesus. I can do this. I can do this. I have to remember that if I feed if I feed the brain chemistry, it's little spikes of aggression, pleasure, and confrontation. I'm surfacing an addiction to those chemical releases in my brain. And I have to treat that and understand that the best way that I can. And that's like by treating it like an addiction. If I lash out negatively and throw somebody under the bus negatively, talking shit on somebody just to get my fucking endorphins pumping or whatever, that's like taking a hit on the pipe. Because it could be detrimental to relationships, detrimental to your business, detrimental to how people deal with you and accept you or don't. If you can't bite your tongue in whatever the situation may be, and you're too much of a loose cannon, there's people that don't want to be caught up in that mess. They've got too peaceful of an existence going on, and they don't want to hinder their serenity. And who can blame them? You know what I mean? And I'm an intelligent individual. I don't know if anybody told you that. I'm not no damn dummy. I've done some dumbass shit in my life. And I've acted like a clown plenty of times. And usually the time when I'm crashing out is fucking completely coordinated. Okay, it's not a crash out. It is a motherfucking Super Dave stunt, motherfucker. I stunt. I don't crash. This is totally organized, okay? But I don't even want to do that because I understand now what purpose it was serving. I'm not going to win any fucking arguments. And I'm not going to win any flowers. I'm not going to win over any friends. The only thing I'm going to get out of the whole thing is the enjoyment of getting my fucking talking, whatever. That dopamine spike, that cortisol spike, whatever brain chemistry alteration that I'm feeling and getting into my system is the same thing that the troll and the shit talker on me gets for themselves. And for me to understand what role I play in the whole scheme of things, and and it's going to be difficult because while I try to acknowledge my shortcomings, as I try to acknowledge my own shortcomings and in a search to better myself and be a better human being, which I have and continue to do despite what some people might think, I have to realize that there are going to be people out there that don't give a fuck what I'm trying to become or what I'm trying to do with myself. They will continue to instigate, insinuate, try to draw a person in, share posts from a couple months ago to try to maintain a semblance of relevance to keep shit perpetuated, you know? And I can't endeavor in that. I gotta just shut it off, move on, and not try to seek my chemistry shift by being argumentative or combative or lashing out at others or finding fault with others or finding a reason to pick something apart that somebody else is doing. Focus on my own plate, you know. Don't read the comments. Don't read comments from people that don't have something positive to say about me. If somebody's never said something positive about me, why should I want to read a comment from them? I mean, seriously, what does it matter? You know, there ain't no impressing or no fucking satisfying or fucking motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? Don't even try it. Don't even acknowledge it, man. Move on. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. But I need to find out what I can do to change myself and not what needs to be changed in the world. Because I can't change them. I can't change a person from getting their dopamine spike. But I can acknowledge my participation and try to fucking... Look here, if I can quit crack, I can quit dopamine. You know? As simple as that. I don't have to quit the internet. I don't have to quit social media. There's plenty of... And I know that being a presence on social media, I am going to set myself up for attack. You know, it goes with the territory. But there are plenty of CEOs that can also maintain a social media presence. Gary Vaynerchuk, a prime example. Gary V, a CEO, a fucking mentor, a fucking person that I would fucking spend $10,000 to just kick it for a day with. You know what I'm saying? And pass ideas around. Just see where the brilliance takes us. Because Gary is somebody that I would like to study and he's a motherfucker that cusses his ass off. Don't give a fuck. He's a social media presence, and I'm sure he's got a bunch of haters. You know what I'm saying? Because he's good. You know, so Gary Vee would be somebody that I could reference to say, look, you can maintain a social media presence and still be the CEO to get bags. I just have to remove myself and my attitude from situations. You know, that's how your people used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. You know, rules to live by, man. When you were a little kid, we were taught some of the most basic manners as kids. You know what I'm saying? Speak when you're spoken to. You know, that's a good one. Buffer, you ain't speaking to me, I ain't speaking to you. Okay, we can work like that. You know, don't call them and see how long before they call you, type shit. You know, but if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. And sometimes you want to be constructive and you want to have an opinion, but you also want it to be valued, so you don't want to have too many opinions, because an over-opinionated motherfucker can fall upon deaf ears. People are tired of hearing what your opinion is. They ain't trying to hear what you're talking about. They ain't talking about shit. You know, how can you offer an opinion and you're nowhere in life? You know, and there's a lot of people, circumstances that people have to hold over your head to qualify you for what the fuck you're trying to give them. Are you qualified to preach that shit to me? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what the fuck you're talking about? Why should I listen to your motherfucking ass? You're in your mom's trailer, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. That's what some people think. And I have to accept that. I can't get mad because of that. You know, I mean, I can't change anybody. The one thing that's consistent that I've known to and hold true for the last fucking 10 years since I've been home is that ain't bleeding yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't entertain it. Don't partake. Have a pleasant understanding that acceptance of the situations and non-involvement is my way to serenity and my way to stabilization, and making sure that my ideas and the hard work that I put in every day on this website, you know, to maintain these good numbers that we keep having, I can't blow off steam. This ain't a steamboat. This ain't a steamship. You know what I mean? I don't have time to. I got a lot of repairing to do, man. I mean, ultimately, when it gets down to it, I got a lot of repairing to do. But fortunately, there are people that are like really heavy hitters in the game, and I mean like some serious Nashville brass, you know, that have known me for years, and they too have seen change and growth and development with me over the years. And they've always known I've had a motherfucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? They've always known Doug fucking goes in. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But not in a bad way, bro. And I got to realize that those were, you know, my confrontational ways of fucking dealing with situations. I can name a few people that I've had issues with over the years. And it's gone, you know, to, you know, just a bunch of shit talking type of stuff. But nothing, no fucking Tupac Biggie shit. But, I'm too grown for that shit. I need to find serenity. I need to find just peace. And I'm comfortable. I'm so comfortable with myself and happy with, even though, yeah, I'm in my mom's trailer. My mom asked me to live here. You know what I'm saying? So I love where I'm at right now because I'm where I'm needed. You know what I'm saying? And being where you're needed is probably a lot more important than being where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you might want to be on the moon some motherfucking place, and you might want to escape any type of situation that you find yourself in. And you might be so in such a desire to be in a different place than where you're at that you go about it by chemical means and get your high on to take you away from your reality. You know, you got to love the person you are, love the skin you're in, and love your environment in order to flourish. So I used to think that this any room that I lived in with my mom was my self-imposed prison because I would use in those rooms. I would find addiction in those rooms. I would find isolation in those rooms, and that would be my source of everything. You know, um, here I got 2 rooms I can go back and forth in, but now I got a car. I can not go out and move around, get around, going to the gym in the mornings. You know, I'm active. I'm with my girl, and we're active. So I'm living a different pattern. You know, I'm moving differently, and I have to do the same thing with my attitude because it says in acceptance, I don't need to focus on not so much on what needs to be changed in the world, but what needs to be changed in me and my attitude. You know what I'm saying? And it's my attitude that fucking gets me going. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, you ain't gonna punk me, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm the right one to talk that shit to. You know, because that's how I go. You know, it's like, let's go. You know, let's take it in the other room. Come on, dude, do this. You know, that's how I was raised. You know, suffice it to say, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Bro, I was fighting all the fucking time when I was a teenager, bro, in prison. That was, and it was usually 2 or 3 black dudes I was fighting. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of one-on-one white boy shit. You know, for real, to be honest with you, I was in them Thundercats camps, you know, in Missouri. Motherfucking Kansas City cats and St. Louis cats wasn't nothing nice trying to press a white boy. You know, you got to get down. And so I grew up doing that shit, bro. I ain't no Billy Badass, but I done fucking fought enough to know what it's like, you know? And I exactly. Life is about finding your happiness. Finding your happiness, right? And maintaining it without hindering anyone else's. Oh, I'm not Billy Badass at all. I told you I wasn't Billy Badass. I'm like fucking 60 and 40 if I had to fucking throw a number out there. You know what I'm saying? I got like a 60-40 record. 60% wins, 40% fucking L's and draws. You know, ties and shit. But I tell you what, I ain't never gang jumped nobody. Any altercation that I got into, I was fighting myself. But I have been double and triple teamed before. I got my jaw, Ethan. I got my jaw broken, my collarbone broken, my hand broken, and my couple ribs cracked by getting jumped by like 5 dudes one time. Black dudes at Boonville. They put the boots to me, man. They stomped my ass out, bro. Broke my fucking jaw, broke my collarbone, my shit. It was like a hairline fracture right here in my collarbone. Broke my fucking jaw. I had my mouth wired shut. I had version of rubber bands. I had full of the rubber bands outside to try to stuff food in my mouth and shit. Shit. Imagine me jaw wired shut, trying to get me not to talk. See, the crazy thing is kids don't even have a chance to grow up anymore these days. I mean, in the internet and society and how society interacts on social media has taken away the days of, you know, I mean, I know people still throw their hands and shit. I see fucking videos of kids and shit getting into fights, mostly girls, to be honest with you. That's just crazy. I see more fucking girl fight videos than anything on fucking social media. But it's knowing I have to let my actions speak. Be funny if I can be. Sometimes I don't think I'm that funny. Sometimes I think, man, you ain't funny, dumbass boy. You sound stupid. And like, fuck, shut up. I know I'm funny. Do y'all think I'm funny? Meaning, do y'all think I make you laugh? Is what I meant to ask. Have I ever made you laugh? I guess that's a no. Don't expect me to start either. I can't get an affirmation, a positive on that, or a negatory. Heavens to Megatroid. Looking at us, boy. Oh, I got a hair right there. Did anybody respond yet? Why do sometimes I get responses, sometimes I don't get responses? And it's like, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Seriously, it's like a motherfucker. Especially like when I ask a question. I come across on the anger side. Have you ever seen any of my stand-up comedy? Huh? Did you know I did stand-up comedy? I took comedy classes. Yeah. My girlfriend put me through comedy school. Yeah. She said if we ever break up, she wants her jokes back. That was funny. How long have you been around, Ducats? 1971? You've been around since 1971? Well, fucking so have I. Okay? Were you born in 1971? Are my peer? Are you a peer? Do you appear to be a peer? Are you here? Where are you from? What year were you born? So you were born in 71. I was born in 71. I was born in 1970. You're older than me if you're 55 already. You're already 55? Is your birthday in January or something? February? Did you just turn 55? Ducats. What's your birthday? You're older than me. I bet you look older than me, too. I bet you look a lot older than me, don't you, bro? Come on, keep it real. I mean, I know I got this and shit. Man, I wish I knew what you look. What month? What month? Are you 55 yet? Did you just turn 55? I'm all digging off on your questions and digging off questions and shit. I'm August 23rd, 1971. Yeah, August 23rd, 1971. January? Yeah, you just turned 55. God. There it is. I am a comedian. I'm funny as fuck, Freedom Beard. I'm way funnier than you. Definitely not a comedian. Bro, come on, man. How could you even ever say that? I'm a lot funnier than some of them dudes I've seen out there trying to be comedians. I know that. I got a routine. I got a stand-up routine. I even talk about getting strip searched in prison and shit. It's funny as fuck. You know I'm fucking. I feel offended. I feel offense. I feel offensive. I mean offended. You offended me. Apologize, please. Do you really don't think I'm funny, bro? Are you seriously fucking saying that? How many years have you been watching me? How many years? Freedom Beard. I can't believe you, bro. Can't believe it. Different being funny. Being funny is different than being a comedian. I can get that, but you don't think I have the stand-up chops? Have you ever seen me perform? Huh? Have you ever seen one of my stand-up comedic performances? Seriously, I be putting it down. I'm a funny motherfucker, bro. Seriously, I'm a sight to behold. I command the stage. You may not think so. I wish you were in the crowd heckling me. I'd put you under a scope. Size you up real quick like. What's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday. I went to an NA meeting today. I went to the gym today. I got my cat fixed today. And I got a microchip put in my kitty cat. Happy birthday, Chicken Butt. Is it Chicken Butt's birthday? Meow. Come here. Meow. Come here. Meow. 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 Come here. Come here. How you doing, buddy? You got fixed today. You got fixed today, buddy. I gotta give you some medication tomorrow. I hope you're able to eat it. It's a tablet. I don't know how I'm gonna get you to eat it. I'm just gonna see if I can get you to coax you to eat it. And then, if not, I want to stick that motherfucker in your mouth and hold your mouth shut and make you swallow it. How you doing, buddy? He got fixed today. Don't jump. Don't jump. He ain't supposed to be jumping up and down on shit, bro. What's up, buddy? Huh? Oh, yeah. Do you see this motherfucker? He just jumped right back up here, got in position. He said, wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. He's like, use this hand too. Have I ever been in Malcolm Bliss? No, I was never in Malcolm Bliss. Nope, 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 nope. But I knew where Malcolm Bliss was, but I never been there. No. Nor the state hospital either. But I've been to Biggs in Fulton, Missouri. I was in the state hospital in Fulton in criminal psych ward for 6 months. And then I went to the SRU program at Farmington Correctional Center for a couple years. That was for a number 2 that I caught in Moberly Correctional Center. Oh. I hope this new approach, man, is something that's beneficial for me, man. And not only beneficial for me, but beneficial for my business partners and in our company, as it is. Because I've invested too much time and effort and money and ideas and hours of work to allow.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, Ruth brought my computer that has all my music on it. Can I take it to Apple and put the music off of it?
What's that? You're gonna have to schedule an appointment with the App Store and take it up there and see what they can do with it.
Is there any Apple Store in Illinois?
Nope, you got to go to Galleria.
Galleria.
Yeah. We can drive over there in my car one day.
Okay.
You just schedule the appointment. Get online, Apple Store, and schedule the appointment. It's easy to do.
On Monday or Tuesday.
It's easy to do.
It's Tuesday. I'm busy. Next Monday I could do it.
Well, then see if you can schedule one.
Are you available next Monday?
Yeah, but you know what? I know where you got a lot of reggae music.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
On that computer right in the other room.
I do.
Yeah.
A lot of my stuff I got that on it.
What?
A lot of my reggae I got on it.
Yeah. And you know what else is I got over there?
What?
All my dad's music.
Oh, you what?
All my dad's music also.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. All his reggae as well. But you had a lot more reggae than you did.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, your Mac Minis over there. They had all your reggae on your Mac Minis in there.
So it just doesn't have the new stuff that I got.
Uh-huh.
It just doesn't have the new stuff.
Yeah, I have to go in there and it's night shift is your passcode to get on the computer in there. You can go in there, sit down, and go open up the computer and get right on it. And
That's
see what
my
you got.
old computer, right? Is that the Miniman?
Yeah. That's the Mac Mini.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Well, it should have the songs that I wrote on it too. that I
Well,
couldn't
you
remember.
got to go check it out one day.
And I'm gonna try to make one next Monday first to go to the other ones.
All right, yeah, go check it out.
We'll just have to drop it off, right?
You to make an appointment, take it in there. You probably have to talk to him. Overcoming addiction, the first step quitting, no, the first step's admitting I got a problem, I need help, this is something that I can't be myself. I almost feel like I can't be cured, rehab won't take me cause I ain't insured. Laying in the bathtub, shaking like a newborn, wishing for the courage it could take for me to move on. I've been living like this way too long, praying God please bring me home. I stopped for a while, 3 or 4 days, but always end up back in the same place. People call me a junkie, dope fiend. How you gonna judge me? You don't even know me. Lights all wanna be left alone. I'm trying to enjoy the methadone. Put a Jimi Hendrix record on. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Does anybody know who that is? Hands went up, sticks in his stomach, ran to the bathroom, started to vomit, the methadone wore off, and the withdrawal started. That first day was the hardest. My first day without you in my life, things felt strange. I'll give you a hint, I tattooed him. Things felt deranged in a zone. I hope you're doing okay. Take it slow. You just never know. No. Enjoyed the rough weather. I ain't fully recovered, but I'm doing much better. I can hold my shake down the week, and I lowered the doses of methadone. Like these when you're trying not to smoke, but the weed ain't gonna kill me. Gonna kill me. I don't want to ruin my momentum. I don't want to ruin my momentum. I'm on a nice little streak of subtleness, and I kind of dig that. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump off here, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Peace.